Okay, alone time. This is so important. And after kids, it's hard to get time to yourself. But it's important that you have some time to process, to just sort of do what you need to do to become your best self, take care of yourself so that you can show up fully in the relationship. Me personally, always been an introvert, that was such a recharge for me. And Chelsea, being an extrovert, she always wanted to be around people, so that was also sort of like a weird dynamic of like, I need some time alone or I'm going to lose my mind. And so being able to just have that space where, like, you can just breathe and think through the day or reflect, all that is so important because it brings you back to who you are in your center, and then you can come back into the relationship fully charged and fully yourself and have something to give.
Alone time is not about getting away necessarily, as it is about getting clear, and usually the intention is to enter a space where you can show up for your family, you can show up for your partner. I think it's this really interesting thing when we become parents specifically, that we are each changing and growing in very unique ways, sometimes in similar ways, sometimes in very different ways. And so we have to be able to understand, be confident in that, and be able to communicate that enough so that we can continue to grow in unity as these two separate people who are growing and changing, but also want to grow in unity. Yeah, so I think that this is an important conversation to have about intentionality too. What this is not saying is like, well, every night after work I need to go have some drinks with the guys so I won't be home because I need my alone time. This is not saying that you're not showing up for the team in the way that the team needs you. This is saying that you're getting serious about yourself and about taking care of yourself in a way that doesn't take away from the family but adds value to the family.
Yeah, absolutely. That is the key, right? Because like, we recognize we were run down and we're running on empty, and we're not being nice to each other or to our kids, to the degree we know that we can be. And so that was, I think, sort of the wake up of like, okay, well, let's ease off here a little bit. Like having drinks with the girls or going out with the guys or whatever it is. I mean, those things aren't bad, but that is definitely not what we're talking about here. It's really about, going internal, and really listening within and reflecting and taking care of yourself, doing the maintenance, so that you have something to bring.
I think that we can have so many things around us changing, and if we don't get the time to understand those, then we don't understand ourselves.
Right.
Then we don't understand how we're showing up with our partner. Our partner doesn't understand us. We don't understand our teamwork. Like, it all starts with that place within. So a couple of things on making this happen in your relationship and in your home. As much, I believe so much in being proactive. So if you can be proactive and figure out, does this mean you get up 15 minutes earlier, so that you have that time? Does that mean that you get off work at 5 and I don't expect you at home until 6 because you're decompressing, but then at 6 you're ready to either come together or make the swap? Both people have to be represented on the calendar and to have that prioritized. But it can be really frustrating if it is in the moment, no prep work, no forewarning necessarily. And then the other person feels like, well, wait, I could use some time alone too. Like, you need time alone. Well, I need time alone. I feel crazier than you feel crazy now.
Yeah.
So we have to proactively build that into the calendar, understand your unique needs and respect the unique needs, and build them into the structure.
Yeah, absolutely. And I remember there was a season where as soon as we woke up, it was go until we went to sleep. And so it wasn't easy to fit any time in there. And I ended up in that season getting up at 3 a.m, just so I would sleep 3 hours, which is like typically a full REM cycle. I'd wake up and then I would have my alone time for an hour, and then I would go back to bed. And so that way I knew that nothing would like interrupt it. And so I would, be journaling or whatever. And sometimes, like, if I needed it, I ended up staying up, later. I know you can't go without sleep for a long period of time, right? But, like, that space is an important space. And so prioritize that, as needed for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So remember, taking care of you is taking care of the family, but it also really requires being on the same team, figuring out how to make that work and honor each other's needs without taking away from the group.
Yeah.
The team.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Cool.
All right.